Hello friends, today we will discuss about Marx concept of class and class struggle. So let us see now. Marx sociology is basically a sociology of class struggle. To understand Marx, we have to understand his concept of class. So let us see what is class according to Marx. According to Marx, class is a group of people who are similarly related to the forces of production. And we have studied about what are forces of production. Marx used the concept of class in two ways. In descriptive sense, it refers to hierarchy of group in society. He talked about 7 distinct classes in Germany. Thus, he was aware about that there were a number of classes in society. In sociological sense, using class in sociological sense, Marx aimed at explaining the concepts of conflict and social change. He uses two classes in this sense: owners of forces of production, that is bourgeoisie in capitalistic society, and non-owners of forces of production, that means proletariat in capitalistic society. According to Marx, in earliest stage, that in primitive society there were no class division. All forces of production were community owned. But when the institution of private property developed in the course of history, it led to the emergence of class division. Some people acquired the right to property, that means forces of production, at the exclusion of others. Private property came into existence when surplus in forces of production came into existence. Surplus, that means profit, more than what is required. For Marx, class exists at two levels. Class as a mere category, that means class in itself. It is purely based on objective criteria of ownership and non-ownership. No subjective awareness of the objective reality, no self-consciousness, no solidarity. For example, serfs in feudalistic society were merely a category. They had no self-consciousness and hence no solidarity. So there were no class conflict between landowners and non-owners. Second is class as a self-conscious group. Class for itself. It refers to subjective awareness of the objective reality, development of common identity, solidarity, development of class consciousness, and the exploitative character of the system. A true class, according to Marx, it is actually a true class according to Marx. After development of class consciousness, that in class for itself, the entire capitalist system will undergo certain definite stages that will culminate in the class conflict or class struggle. These are as follows. Stage 1. Exploitation. Exploitation in capitalistic system will result from contradiction within social production and individual ownership. Ownership in the hand of very few people, but productions here, workers are involved in production. Stage 2. Homogenization. Increase in the use of machinery will result in the homogenization of working class. Similar socio-economic condition. So difference between skilled, semi-skilled and unskilled workers will disappear. Stage 3 is pauperization of middle class. Due to competition, only largest and most wealthy companies will survive. Competition will depress middle strata into proletariat class as petty bourgeoisie small businessmen will sink into the proletariat class. At the same time, surviving companies will grow larger and larger and capital will be concentrated in the few hands. We can witness this phenomenon in modern Indian society. Stage 4. Polarization. Entire capitalist society will be divided into bourgeoisie and proletariat. Stage 5. Class struggle. Marx believed that the class struggle was the driving force for the social change. History of all societies, the history of class struggle. A new historical epoch is created by a new social group. These new developments take place within the framework of the previous era. For example, merchants and capitalistic rise in feudal era. The superiority of the capitalistic mode of production led to the rapid transformation of structure of the society. The capitalistic class became dominant and losing battle for feudal aristocracy. According to Marx, the class struggle of history have been between minorities. For example, capitalism developed from a struggle between feudal aristocracy and the emerging capitalistic class, both groups in the numerical terms forming a minority of the population. Major changes in the history have involved the replacement of one form of private property to another form. For example, capitalism involved the replacement of privately owned land agricultural economy by privately owned capital and non-industrial economy. Marx believed that the class struggle which would transform capitalist society would be between minority bourgeoisie and majority proletariat. The private property would be replaced by community owned property. So Marx has predicted such kind of class struggle in which conflict struggle will be between minority and majority. Minority will be led by bourgeoisie and majority by proletariat, and this culminated will be the private property would be replaced by community owned property. Marx believed that the basic contradiction contained in a capitalistic economic system would lead to its eventual destruction. Proletariat would overthrow the bourgeoisie and seize the forces of production, and it would be community owned. All members of the society would now share the same relationship to the forces of production, and hence a classless society would result. Since history is the history of class struggle, history would now end. In communist society, there would be no contradiction and hence no conflict of interest. Now, let us see the critical evaluation of Marx's ideas. First, the gap between the theory and reality. The failure of communist society and turning towards capitalistic economy, for example, Eastern Europe, China, fall of Germany, disintegration of USSR. Critics have also argued that Marx's theories lack proper attention toward bureaucratic structure in communist and capitalistic society. In communist society, it is not the proletariat who are ruling but bureaucratic class. Milovan Dijlas has called bureaucratic class in communist society as new ruling class. Third, in many cases, the class struggle, a revolution has created a lot of unnecessary violence and war which didn't result in a better society. For example, communist revolution in Eastern Europe and North Korea. Fourth, Marx in his entire theory has neglected the gender aspects. In real life situation, the society is not only divided into economic class but also on the basis of gender, race, ethnicity. These criteria also create a lot of exploitation in society. However, Marx was entirely silent toward the factor. Neo-Marxist Ralph Dahrendorf has argued that what Marx said was so. Fifth point, neo-Marxist Ralph Dahrendorf has argued that what Marx said was true for 19th century. Society has changed from capitalistic to now society has changed from capitalistic to post-capitalistic and not socialist due to following factors. Decomposition of capital. It is because shares of a company ownership is distributed throughout the society. Thus, thousands and millions of ordinary people are as owners and managerial class. The board of directors is elected by these shareholders. Second, the decomposition of labor because of so much diversity in working class. Third, emergence of new urban atomized middle class interested much more on career and stability. Rise of welfare state with multiplicity of welfare scheme for poor. So why poor will revolt? High degree of social mobility in society because of increasing opportunities. Conflict is no more a class conflict. It is now atomized, authority-centered, and development and institutionalization of means and method to address conflict. Many critics have argued that the Marx concept of communist state is nothing but an example of state-owned capitalistic system controlled by inefficient, insensitive, bureaucratic class. Critics have argued that class struggle is a myth in modern industrial society. A lot of services and professions have been created which has caused decomposition of the working class. Homogenization is not possible in today's world. Now let us see Max Weber on theory of class and class conflict. Weber questioned the Marx definition of class. Weber argued that class division exists only in capitalistic society. In pre-capitalist society, the hierarchy was of the status based. According to Weber, class is a group of people who share similar market situation. Ability to draw rewards from market economy. Thus, according to Weber, class division is only in market economy, which is characteristic of capitalistic society. Weber identified four major classes in capitalistic society. First is propertied upper class, that means big bourgeoisie. Second, white collar middle class, doctor, engineer, lawyer, etc. Third, petty bourgeoisie, small businessman. And fourth one is manual workers. Weber argues that in contemporary capitalistic society, the trend is towards proliferation and diversification of classes rather than polarization, what Marx predicted. Weber accepts Marx's idea that property ownership leads to the favorable market situation. Weber accepts Marxian argument but tries to balance the one-sided view of the Marx. That is why he is called bourgeoisie Marx. So Weber is called bourgeoisie Marx. He accepts that petty bourgeoisie cannot compete with the big bourgeoisie, propertied upper class, and will drive them out of the market. But Marx believed that they will all join the rank of proletariat. Weber argues that they can also join the white collar middle class by acquiring skills. He argued that the middle class is going to expand as capitalism matures. Weber also argued that as technology advances, even working class would become increasingly heterogeneous and white collar middle class will expand because more and more skilled workers will be needed. Manual workers will shrink and manual operations will be done by machines. And what would be needed would be the skilled workers, making working class highly differentiated, unskilled, skilled and semi-skilled. So it's all about Marx concept of class and class struggle, and critical evaluations. Thank you very much.